Hello, this is Bridget Rao with Divine Essentials. Alright guys, so we're going to do a pick a pile tonight, but we're going to be doing it to find out what people find attractive about you, what they find alluring, why they want to come near you, to connect with you, whether it's romantically or just friendship or whatever. I felt like this would be a nice way to find out what people like about you and maybe give you a little boost to feel a little better. I have Charite here, and I have my amethyst alien, and then an amethyst cluster. 1, 2, or 3. Pick your pile, and we're going to get started with the Charite. And we're going to find out what people find beautiful, sexy, irresistible about you. So the first one I have is the Two of Wands. I feel like you take your time making decisions, but once you make up your mind, you are set on what you're going to do, and you don't stop until you get done what it is you've set off to get done. Okay, so you're like, you just have like this analytical mind. You weigh out the pros and cons of the things that you're trying to make a decision about. And once you dedicate yourself to that decision, you don't stop. You just keep pushing yourself and pushing yourself to climb up the mountain. You know, it's like you have this fiery passion inside of you that can assist you in navigating anything that others may give up. You know, it's like they may not even ever make that decision. It could be, I feel like it's like a passion. It's like people, you know, you're living your everyday life and there's something you kind of want to do, and you weigh out the pros and cons of how you can do it, and then you set to it. And other people kind of just like would think about it and never actually take the action step to do it. They may have all these wonderful ideas or say someday, or tomorrow, but you actually follow through with that. And so people really like that about you, because not everybody does that. You know, it's like there's something about what I'm hearing is like that quote where it's like the crazy people who believe they can change the world are the ones that actually do, or like people call them crazy, but they're actually the ones that do it. You know, you're the actual people who come up with something and make it happen. And then we have the King of Swords. So you are actually aligned with your truth in a way that you don't care if you have to cut people with the truth. I mean, you care. I don't think you want to hurt people, but it's like you're not afraid to hold it back. Like you're going to tell people what's up, you know. You're not going to hold it back. I feel like you're just up at the top of your mountain there, and you're like, yeah, well, I worked hard to get here, and so, you know, maybe you should do the same thing. You know, it's just, you don't have time for people's excuses. You don't have time for people who, you know, just talk a bunch of shit and never fulfill it. And so you have integrity that a lot of people just don't have, and it really goes along with that decision making too. I just feel like there's just this strength inside of you that you're not willing to bend your truth just to appease other people, and you see things from a higher perspective. You're very intuitive, but very logically. There's like a very nice balance between those two things, and you're able to put those two things together in a way that other people just can't. You articulate things properly. You have this passion inside of you. I feel like people come to you for advice because they know you're going to give it to them real. You're not going to hold it back. You're not going to lie. You're going to give them the truth, and you have like valuable information to give them. You're not going to just like fluff their ass and be like, oh yeah, you can do anything you want. You'd be like, no, don't do that. You know, like you're going to be honest with people. And then we have the Two of Wands again. So I really feel that you're passionate about your decisions. Even in love, I feel like you're passionate about your decisions, and you're the type of person that if you make a decision in love and then later on it doesn't align with your truth, or it's holding you back from climbing the mountain, you have no problem cutting it off, and you have no problem telling people like, okay, this just isn't working. Because I feel like you see how she's kind of just looking like, yeah, you're not going to change my mind. You can say all you want, but sorry. And it's almost like it draws these people to you even closer because they're like, well, why? And you don't really need a reason why. You're just, it's like you're holding me back and I don't want to be there. But there's something very sexy about you too, very passionate. And that's why people want to be around you. But you don't want people around you that are going to hold you back. You don't want people that are going to be wishy-washy or just not able to make a clear decision and follow through with their decisions, or you don't like when people aren't in their integrity, so you just cut that stuff out and you rise up. And I think that draws people towards you as well. People want to know how you can make those tough decisions and then follow through with them and not like cave in. And then I have, for this you were born, forever your intention, foster your intention for incarnating in this dimension. And 22 is a power number. And then I have the reward, celebrate your magnificence. So I do feel like, again, you just have this passion inside of you that you are going to do whatever you have to, and you know you're going to get to your reward. It's like, you're just magnificent, really. People see this light around you, and it's like you were born for this because you just adapt so easily to whatever it is. Like, you make a clear decision and then you just start doing it. You're not one of those people that holds back. It's like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to learn how to do it, and then I'm just going to do it. And like, you start doing it and it's like you're an expert at it, and people are like, what the hell? Like, you just started that. How do you even know what you're doing? And you just know. It's like that claircognizant gift where you just know what to do. You just know how to do it. So it's like there's really nothing that you do wrong. And so you are like this way shower for people, and they just don't understand how you can, make a decision and then the next day be like at the top of your field, or you're constantly, you may go into a job as a cashier and the next day you're like the manager of the place. I feel like you're just born to do whatever it is that you decide to do, and you just have this magnificent light about you that kind of shows others. And so I also feel like you have this way of kind of taking control in a situation, in work, in relationships. It's like you just take that head role. You know what decisions need to be made. You know how to execute them. You know what to do intuitively, and you just make it happen. And so people kind of at times just like give their power over to you, and they kind of get to this point where they ask you to make all their decisions, or they trust you more so than themselves. So it's like you may have a lot of people that come to you to ask you a bunch of questions like, should I do this? Or like they just like assume you're the expert. And I don't think you are an expert, but you just come across as it sometimes. I mean, I'm sure there's things that you have been that you've like perfected, but I think it doesn't really matter what you do. People just perceive you as the expert of what you're doing, and so they're like, hey, can you help me out with this? And you're like, yeah, sure. And you just kind of do it and they like just receive it. So I do feel like you just have that beautiful passion inside of you that can really do no wrong. And it's just a confidence about you. It's like you go into everything with confidence, and you're like, if I don't know how to do it, I'll figure out how to do it, and I'll just get it done. And, if you can't do it, like, I'll just do it myself, basically. So you just have that magnetic energy around you. People just want to come towards you to get your help or your input on what they're trying to do or the decisions they're trying to make. So that's a really nice quality. That's a nice energy to have, so start celebrating yourself, see that energy within you and recognize it, because I feel like sometimes you may not even see it. And so, utilize that and keep growing, keep doing the things that you've been wanting to do or thinking about doing, know that you do have that energy inside of you to rise up. So I'm going to move on to number 2. And we're going to see what people find irresistible, what they like about you. I have the 7 of Cups. So the 7 of Cups can be like not seeing the full... You know what it is? I feel like what people like about you is that you're mysterious. So you have this way of showing people just enough that they want to see more. They want to know more. They want to learn more. And you kind of just keep this mysterious air about you. You may mention something, but you don't mention all the details surrounding it. And so people like, you walk away and they sit there kind of just like thinking about what you had just said. Same thing with your appearance. I feel like however you look, it's like there's something extra about you that people can't put their finger on. It's almost like you have this exotic look. And you don't even necessarily have to be exotic. It's just that there's something about you that's different. It's otherworldly. So people, when they look at you or when they communicate with you, they know that there's more. There's more under the surface, and they want to kind of dive into it, and they're very drawn to it. So you just have this like magical air about you. It's like a fairy energy. It's just I can't. It's just magical. Like it's like a dream, it's like when you wake up from a dream and you can't remember all the details of it, but you know like the key parts of it or pieces of it, and like things come together. That's what people feel like when they're in your presence. After you like walk away, they're like trying to piece together the magic of you. I feel like your presence kind of just like leaves people in that fog of a dream, like what just happened. And so it's actually really nice energy. I'm kind of like getting sucked into it, and I like it. And then you have the King of Pentacles. So there's a lot of value with you too. And I think that's what people don't understand either, is like they don't get the full, they just, you exude confidence. You have, this magnificence about you where you're like, you're grounded though, you're down to earth. Like you're not like, hey, I'm amazing. But that also makes you even more amazing, because it's almost like you have that magnetic magical energy, but you're grounded and you're confident, but you don't boast it. You don't act like there's almost like, I feel like there's some part of you too that kind of like is, you don't tell the whole story because you don't feel like people would want to hear the whole story, and that even like entices them even more, because there's like a confidence about you, but there's also this little bit of like a shy energy or something. And that's why it's like a conundrum when people meet you or talk to you or come near you. You exude this light and this confidence, but it's like mysterious. They can't piece it all together. But inside, you don't really feel that way. Okay, so like inside, you may be kind of nervous, and that's why you don't always say everything, or I feel like you may not always make eye contact, but it's because of the way you feel inside. But when people look at you, they don't see that. They see this magnificent, beautiful person that's very strong and confident. But inside, it's a different story. And I think that's why it's like a dream, because it's not 100% real what they're perceiving. And I think you just have this like presence, the way you look sucks people in, and they just assume that because you're so beautiful and magnetic that you must have all this confidence. And so the King of Pentacles, it's like you exude this, but inside you're not really there 100. You're not like, you have the confidence, but you're not like over the top. You're not like the narcissist. It's like you have a very healthy energy around you. And I feel like people may just like assume you have a lot of money. They may assume that you have a lot of really nice things because you put yourself together well. So a lot of it is the appearance that you bring to people. I feel like you take pride in making yourself look good, but it's not because of ego. It's just because you take pride in like making things nice. And so your home is probably warm and comfortable. Your energy is warm and comfortable. You exude that beautiful energy, but inside you're not really so sure about it. And then we have the stars. So again, there's like this dreamy element about you, even this sexual energy. Like, I feel like if you're a woman, men just want to have sex with you because of that energy. Like, they just want to be like wrapped up in that magical, mystical energy that you have. And they're not even really sure, like why. It's like they're sexually attracted to you, but they can't pinpoint why. And it's not that you're not sexually attractive. It's just there's not one thing, and it's more so the energy that they're being attracted to, because it's like that dream. It's like they just get sucked into you, and it's like a magical experience for them. And with the star too, I feel like other people put you up on this pedestal. They may, again, they just, like, you could definitely become a star. You have that magnetic energy that people would just be drawn to. You have this presence about you. It's like stage presence, but it's like otherworldly presence. So people just want to look at you. People just want to like be near you. People want to feel your energy. People dream about you. You feel like a dream. And people, men or women, want to just like be able to experience sleeping with you because of this sex appeal that you have, but it's not even like intentional at all. But people feel like if they were to have that with you, it would be like different than anything they've ever experienced. So it's like you're a dream on earth, you know. It's really, really, really nice energy. And then we have become the elixir. Let your glow do the heavy lifting. So like I said, you have that glow about you where you don't even have to talk. Okay, you don't have to say anything. It's like your glow does all the work. Your energy does all the work. There's nothing left for you to do except for just shine. And I feel like this is your soul, like doing the talking for you. Your soul is like giving people the answer about your magnificence, your magical presence. You're just lighting up the room when you walk in. And I think like people just are drawn to the energy around you. So you don't have to talk. You don't even have to think. You just have to be there. And people are like, oh, look at that. So when you go out into the world, you may have a lot of people kind of just like take a glimpse at you or try to look at you. You may not even notice it though, because I feel like there's not a whole lot of confidence inside that's connected to that. Like you're not expecting that, but you do have confidence. So it's like, it's weird. It's just, you don't notice it because you don't have any of the ego that would want to notice it, okay? So if you do notice it, you don't even think anything about it. You're not like, oh, they're checking me out. Like, you just like, hi. Like, you have this innocence about you too, which is very attractive, I think. Because when people get to know you, they recognize it. And so then they're even more drawn to you because they're like, how could this person not realize how beautiful they are? Like, that song is popping up in my head. You don't know you're beautiful. Like, you just don't know it. And you definitely are. People are definitely drawn to it. And the last one here is ally in disguise. Discover the hard to find blessings. So I feel like part of this energy is that you haven't always had things easy, and your light has attracted some not so nice people. You have this like part of you that's willing to just give your heart over, like wear your heart on your sleeve, but only like for certain few. But every time you've done that, it's been hurt, it's been taken. And I feel like this started at a young age where you just have, you've been hurt. It's like you've always been that ally for people. You've always been there, but you were always in the shadow. You were always in the dark because they were just kind of using you, or they were jealous of you, or they were trying to manipulate you. And so you've been hurt over and over and over. But I think that's partly why that confidence is down. Like if you didn't go through all that, you would recognize how beautiful and brilliant you are and how people see you. And I feel like you just need to recognize the blessing that is you. Okay, you are that hard to find blessing. You are that light. And people have tried to dim it because they were jealous of it. And so I think that over the, like, in your future, the best thing to do is to just recognize your light, recognize your beauty, stay grounded and humble. But don't let people keep coming and trying to like put out your light. And it's funny because like the candle is like flickering down when I'm saying this. Just don't let people put out your light. You are that blessing. And everything that you went through was just because people are people. They have ego. They have, jealousy. And like I said, there could have been even romantic things where people were drawn to you for that energy, and then they tried to deplete you because they didn't want you to like bring it to somebody else. So that's what people really find attractive about you. And I want you to just keep focusing on that and knowing that you are this beautiful light. And you could be a star seed because the star seeds carry that light and they go through a lot of darkness to overcome it so that they can help others. So take all of those things that were difficult, turn it around, find the blessings, and be able to help others, because I feel like you have a mission to help others. You may even become a star through helping others, I feel like people would really be drawn to you. They could relate to you. And they'd also feel comfortable with you because you have that energy about you that just like draws them in. It's like that empath in you that just can empathize with others that have been through things that haven't been so easy. But the energy that you give off, the light that you give off, would give others hope. It's almost like, wow, if she went through that, like I can get through that. You know what I mean? So I do feel like you can turn things that have been not so great to even more abundance and beauty and light for your world. So that was number 2. I'm going to move on to number 3 to find out what people like about you, what they find irresistible about you. We have the Hermit. So I feel like you're actually kind of a homebody, and you reflect a lot. But you don't even necessarily have to be at home for this. I feel like there's just like a whole world inside of you, this internal world that's constantly working, constantly thinking, constantly reflecting, and you see things from a lot of different perspectives. I do feel like you have days where like you go down and you get a little down and dark, but you don't show that. Like, you know what I mean? Even on your darkest days, people would never know. It's like thinking of like the comedians and stuff who have like taken their own lives because they were miserable. It's like the people who smile the brightest often have like these storms inside, and I feel like sometimes you put off this light or this energy to counteract what you're feeling inside. But people are drawn to you because you have that inner world that's constantly like analyzing and thinking about things and finding other messages. Like, you have a perspective that others don't. You've seen the dark and you've seen the light and you've come out through it, okay? But you kind of like are on the edge sometimes. I feel like you're on the edge where you could just kind of like go really dark. But you always pull yourself back out of it. You always pull yourself back out. You don't let yourself go down too dark. You don't allow others, because I feel like others try to like put you there, or these thoughts come in, and it's because you're so aware, you're so smart, you have a mind that like perceives the world, you see what's wrong with the world, and that makes you sad, and so you think about it and it kind of brings your energy down. But there's this energy about you, it's like this awareness that others don't have, and so they're really attracted to it because you have it. And then the 7 of Cups is again, it's like this dreamy energy about you. So it's like people aren't getting what they see when they look at you. Like I said, there's like, you have this bright smile, this bright rainbow around you, but there's so much more. And I feel they sense it. They feel that they're just getting the tip of the surface with you and they talk to you or look at you, but that there's a whole other world inside that they kind of want to dive into and know, because it's like information. You got the inside scoop. You've been there, you've seen it. You got the t-shirt, but you haven't let it hold you down. And people want to know how you can smile so brightly, how you can have so much energy, how you can like take all your time and your efforts to lift others up when you've gone through some not so nice stuff. So people are really drawn to that because they don't understand it. But I think some of it isn't really necessary. Sometimes you just do it for others. It's like, but when you are around others, it does lift you up. So I feel like there's a tendency for you to go into that hermit mode and go into a place of depression. But when you're around other people or you do stuff for other people, it helps to bring you out of that. You rise up a little bit. And so it actually does help you to interact with them. But they're still not seeing the full depth of you, or the darkness that you can go into. They only see the light, but they sense the dark and they want to see more. I feel like they want to know more. And you're very intuitive. So I feel like when people meet you, they just sense that like high priestess energy. But it's because you've been through it all. It's like you've seen the darkest of the dark. You've seen the lightest energy that there is. You know the difference between the two. You can look at somebody and just make an instant understanding of what's wrong with them, like what they're bringing to the table, if they're lying, if they're trying to manipulate. You see beyond the illusions of others because you've got this like thing up over you that helps you to see. It's like people don't see through yours, but you see through everybody else's. And I feel like that helps you because you know what it's like to have this up. You know what it's like to be in that dark and to not show it and you see it immediately when others aren't showing everything true. But you also have this very strong energy inside of you. It's like an ancient priestess that's partly too where this energy comes from, because it's like you didn't just experience like darkness within this lifetime. You've experienced it time and time and time and time and time again. I feel like you've come to fight, more than once. You've been that like high priestess. You've been that warrior priestess. You've battled the darkness, and your soul has like the scars to prove it. And so you don't let it hold you down. And you know intuitively that there's more that you have to do here, and that you are fighting the dark just by being here. You're helping to assist in that. But I feel like here in this world, it's more about facing the inner demons and the darkness inside. And you just kind of like intuitively know what your role and mission is. But other people, when they see you, it's like they just see the light, they just see the energy, they just see like that mystical aspect of you, and they don't really understand that there's so, like they feel it, but they don't understand the depths of it. They don't understand where it originates from, and they don't know that you're seeing through them. Like you don't always show that. You're not like, hey, I can see right through your bullshit. You just allow people to kind of lie and pretend like, oh yeah, that's great. But like when you walk away, you kind of just like roll your eyes like, oh my God. You just see through people. You see through their bullshit. And I don't think there's anybody on this planet that can really fool you. I feel like sometimes you fool yourself because it's easier than to think of what people are actually up to. Like I feel like sometimes you know somebody's lying to you, but you still deal with it just because if you didn't, you would never have anybody to talk to. You know what I mean? It's almost like you see through everybody. You see right down to their core. You know what their intentions are. And sometimes you just pretend like you don't, because if you never, it's almost like you spend all your time alone because you see the shit that people bring to the world. You see right through them. You see their ego. But if you never kind of like turn that off a little bit, you would never come out of your house. You would never interact with anybody. You never talk to anybody. And so I feel like that also makes you sad that almost every single person that you interact with, there is this just like egotistical like nastiness within them, and you just see it immediately. And I feel like you pay the price when you do interact with those people. I feel like your soul gets hit again, and so it's like you've got to retreat back into your little home and back into that energy to protect yourself and to like get their energies off of you, get the lies off of you, get the energy that they, because I feel like it doesn't just impact you like emotionally or whatever. It impacts you physically, it impacts you spiritually, and so you really pay the price. And I think that's why a lot of times you just like to be alone and away from people, and you don't let them see through your, it's like a mirage. You don't let them see through it, because if they do, they're going to try to like dagger you. It's almost like you're constantly fighting the darkness, because the darkness inside of people is just prevalent, and you see it when others don't. Like other people just buy into people's bullshit, and you're like, yeah, I don't think so. I can see right through that. But I would like to get some food, so I guess I'll just deal with it, and then go home and like, sage the shit out of yourself and be like, oh, I can't believe I had to deal with that. And then we have attune to the call, tune in and turn on. So you definitely have that higher calling. And I think you are able to attune to situations and adapt when you have to. It's like you have that inner knowing about situations, but you can kind of just like do something. It's almost like your energy field just like interacts instantly, and it knows what to do to like counteract the energies of those that you're dealing with. I feel like there's sometimes that people get in and it really, really impacts you. Like if you were to have sex with somebody, it would really, really impact you. But if you just like shake someone's hand, you'd be all right. Like your energy would counteract that. But if you openly allow darkness in, it really does mess with you. And I think that's why you have this higher calling. You're almost like like an ascended master on earth, where it's like you're not from earth. You're not supposed to be interacting with people like that. You're just supposed to kind of be here to elevate the consciousness and to get your energy right, because your energy, it's like wherever you are, it's like you're a beacon that like ripples out to the collective around you. And if you're not all right, like I feel like it's like if you're not all right, there's a whole bunch of chaos around you. But if you're okay, it's like there's calmness. There's like these waves of calmness around you. So it's like you impact a room when you walk into it. You impact like work. If you work somewhere, it's like you walk in, if you're not in a good mood, everybody else is in a bad mood. But if you walk in and you're good, everybody else is like calm and nice. It's like you, whatever mood you're in, everybody around you adapts to it because your energy like attunes them to whatever vibration and frequency you're in. So you're like this powerhouse of energy. But occasionally people get in to your energy, and then like it like it's like the station gets turned off to this, it's like static, and it messes things up. And so I do feel like there is this call, like if you do work or whatever, it's like you need to start finding a way to get away from people more, because you have a higher purpose here, and your energy can't keep getting depleted by others. You need to protect yourself more. And then we have the unknown is your friend. Lean in to embrace what's next. So I feel like you are, like I said, like you have that energy that just attunes to situations, and you're able to kind of just go into these unknown things with that understanding that you're going to be okay. It's like if you're going through the projects and like your car was going to break down, you just get out and walk because you know like your energy's good, you're safe. You know, a lot of people, like if you're a woman specifically, a lot of women would be like, oh, I'm a girl, I better, like you don't have that because you just know that you're divinely protected, and you just embrace whatever's on your journey. You just know that whatever's happening is happening for a reason. You just go with it, and you always come out the other side okay. You come out like unscathed because your energy just attunes those around you to what's going on. And I really do feel like you need to, like, you're just embracing what's next, but like you're going to be stepping into something much bigger soon, much bigger than you ever expected, because you are much bigger than what you may even perceive yourself to be. But people like that about you. People like that you're like, oh, we're in the middle of the, like, you know, you're probably like 100 pounds soaking wet, and you're like, yeah, I'm just going to walk through the projects and I'll be fine. But they like that you have that about you, and that they know that you'll be fine too. It's like, yeah, she'll be fine, you know, and they're just attracted to that you're not afraid of the unknown, that you have this energy that just like calms people, that you can see through people. But I think people who get really close to you, you kind of like let them in on it, but they still don't know the extent of it. Because even the people that you let in on it, you don't call them out on like how bullshit they are. You're just like, you kind of try to give them hints, but they're so unattuned the way you are that they don't recognize what you're trying to say. And they're like, oh my God, yeah, I know. And you're like, like they're doing the same thing basically, and you're just like, yeah, okay, you don't get it. Basically, you just on a different level from others, and they don't know that part, but they like that. They like what you do let them know, and they do sense it on some level. They sense that there's way more than meets the eye, and you just have like this, like, I don't even know. There's like just like billions of years of knowledge and wisdom all wrapped up within your aura, and so people are really drawn to you. People actually heal within your presence. Like I said, it's like you're an ascended master on earth. You're just a healer, and I think people just kind of come to you. They flock to you for what you bring to the table. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, hit the like. If you didn't, you can dislike it. Either way, that helps me out. I am going to be doing a mix of things on the channel now, just because I feel like it's time, and I thought this would be fun to help people know like what their strengths are, and get you some good messages. So if there's other things you want to hear about, throw it down in the comments. If you would like to donate, there's a link down below. Thank you very much. Somebody did send some donations, so I appreciate everybody who donates. It really does help me to keep doing these readings for you, and it helps me to get supplies and things that will help the channel grow. And I am doing more readings and things on the other channel too. Just trying not to burn myself out. And yeah. Whatever you want to know about, whatever you want to see, throw it down and let me know. And if you'd like a private reading, I'm on a 2-week wait, but I can add you to my list, and that information is all listed down below. So thank you very much, everybody. In Mune, namaste.